Hello and welcome back to Let's Play. I feel like I can look at the time. That's what time I'm recording this, guys. Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Titan Quest Anniversary Edition with the Ragnarok expansion. With me, Bring It On. You'll notice that some or more of the map has been revealed than where we left off last time, and I also have more experience than last time. It's because I tried recording this episode once, but there was a ton of background noise, and so I had to restart the recording. So when we go into the Sphinx here, most of the map will have been revealed already, which might be a good thing. I won't spend as much time trying to figure out which way to go. But yeah, that's the map. Also, I don't know why my health is yellow. Yeah, I've gone through here. I'm pretty sure bosses respawn. There is a boss in this dungeon that I fought. I killed him on my first try, so you guys can be proud of me. And I'm hoping that he respawns. So he's a pretty fun fight, all things considered. Oh, the mob in this room is different because the last time it was 3 of these hounds and just two of those mages. So that's They do seem to change up a little bit, unless I'm just remembering incorrectly. It was only like half an hour ago. Hey, now that I know this, I can keep track of my recording a little better. That's neat. Thanks, game. Oh, this way's a dead end. Alright, but that should, since I played some off camera, that should just about guarantee our level up this episode. I mean, plus we're already like halfway to the next level anyway. Yeah, and all these guys were the purple guys last time. So that's changed up a bit as well. They were the purple colored versions, and yeah, I don't know. The mobs do change each time you go through. Go take care of the dark obelisks. Trapped sepulcher. I don't think I've seen one of those guys got a hit on me. Just killing them as they came up out of the ground. Which really, if you're going to set an ambush in one of these areas, you'd want to wait for them to get to the treasure. And then come up behind them. Ideally, I guess. I mean, if I was a zombie in this crypt, that's what I would try to do. So the embalmed deads are the ones that spawn the little either ghost or skeleton after the fact. If it's a mage, they spawn a ghost, and if it's a soldier or assassin, they spawn one of the flaming skeletons. Another rebirth fountain because the other boss. 2 rebirth fountains in this Relatively small dungeon. Which I don't know why they put this one here. Now I get the one before the boss, but there's no reason for two of them in the dungeon, I don't think. What am I doing? I need to take out this obelisk. There we go. Because the dungeon isn't that big. I feel like they're being a little too generous in this dungeon. One of those rebirth fountains could be put somewhere in like the overworld. So I know there are times where I really wanted a rebirth fountain and I never got one. Alright, pretty sure it's the next room, or this room right here that has the boss in it. We get our stacks built up, and then charge into the fray. Alright, so maybe he didn't respawn. Yeah, it doesn't look like he respawns. That sucks. Yeah, there was a boss in this room. He's one of those like flying mummy mages. He's not super difficult. He did drop another letter to Mummy. It's the same exact letter. That's really it. Alright, into this massive stone door for another boss fight. Right? Okay, well, so we'll take care of these guys then. Well, I was tearing this honor guard apart, now it's doing like no damage to him. Close enough to him. Alright, and... Alright, there's one down. It's like I'm not standing close enough to him, because when he stands back, it's like I think one of my swings misses. Oh well, we'll just whittle them down. No big deal. Go. I'm shredding this guy, jeez. Poor guy had no chance. Tough crowd. Oh, the achievement names are pretty funny. Alright, so this is the two main quest objects that I needed. Ooh, an obsidian helm. $54. 1 to 3. So I have the bracers. I wonder if I get a bonus for just having 2 of them. Stun resistance, lightning resistance, and 4 physical resistance. Do I get anything for having 2 of them? Health. It's not great though. Helmet looks really cool. Yeah, but it's not great. That'll keep the armor and the strength. Alright, well, we're gonna finish exploring the Giza Plateau anyway. Actually, it would be faster if I just went to Giza. Alright, so that's where we were, the Lair of Sphinx. I'm gonna circle around and clear out the western side of the map. Nice, that's every. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Back this way. Thank you. So I think we can go inside the Pyramid of Khufu. I thought I saw an entrance for that down there. So we have at least one more dungeon in store this episode. Run our way back to Memphis, where we'll open up that door that was blocked by a quest, I think is what its text said. That's neat. It actually shows like the construction bits. Alright, so yeah, that should be the Great Pyramid of Khufu entrance that I see. What's that? Shrine of Thorns? I will grab it since we're over here and head towards the Great Pyramid of Khufu. So glad these guys run towards me and I don't have to like chase them down every time. Before I go into the pyramid, I am going to circle all the way around it, clear out the area. You never know if you'll find like a boss or, you know, a bone pile. Or almost 1,000 gold. I even hear the hit connect with that guy, and he's just dropped dead. He's like, I don't want to deal with this. I thought that that throwing stick had a different name than it did. Alright, we'll circle around this pyramid real quick. I'll go inside. I can get rid of that shadow there. I don't think I can get rid of the stuff in the center anyway. It's like a bone pile. With some experience. We're so close to level 1 up, I may as well just go and drop these bugs real quick. And money's nice, I mean, can't go wrong with a bunch of gold. Spectral matter. Alright, let's go desecrate another tomb of a great Egyptian pharaoh.
Monsters have broken in here. Witless beast. Somebody has to stop them. Somebody has to stop them. If I were any...
Okay, so I need to go in here for the, okay. So 2 quests are taking place in here. Fantastic. I kind of remember this dungeon. At least vaguely. Staff of Servitude. Alright, give me this Shrine of Mastery. So I can slaughter all these guys real quick. Hot dog. Oh. Nope, stop picking things up and kill this guy. Thank you. Ooh. Very least it's worth something, right? Burn damage over 3 seconds, 10 fire damage, and 21 strength. Okay, yeah. No, you're placing that thing. Like Kopesh of reasoning. It's the only way to reason with somebody is with a Kopesh, of course. Alright, let's level up real quick. Strength and dexterity. And 2 here, and 1 there. Alright, cool. Got the Staff of Khufu. I think the other quests, the curse, Khufu's curse, I have to go just down another path. I'm really impressed with this ring, though. This is really good. At least compared to like all the other rings I've been getting. Enhances my damage in so many ways. What was the other effect? It was like burning 10 fire damage. Alright, 21 strength. What's up, homies? Alright, Dark Obelisk, here I come. Dark Obelisk the Tormentor. I know it's just Obelisk the Tormentor, but still. Trying to make it funny, guys. Oop, there we go. So this way is literally just a dead end. Fantastic. Well, I mean, and a dead end filled with experience. I remember where I was going to go next with my rune mastery. Because I don't want this because it requires intelligence. I got the offensive ability and the reduced strength requirement for all weapons. I know I want to get... Is it this? No. It's not Aftershock. It was... Reckless Offense. I thought there was another one. Gosh darn if I can remember what it was. I don't know. I'll get around to it eventually. The only downside, I don't want to split my attributes too much. That's why I forsook some of the rune mastery. Because right now I already have to put points into strength and dexterity. If I did that, I have to put points into intelligence as well. It just, didn't seem worth it. But it can be done. I mean, you could probably go for like, I don't know, dexterity and intelligence, and then just focus on more on the rune skill tree, rune mastery. So was that quest done? Yeah. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, that's probably for the best. That was actually pretty low. What's wrong with me? Why do I have... I got days on me. I'm losing health. Alright, no, it went away. Alright, so we're done at the Giza Plateau, it seems. So let's just start working our way back towards Memphis. Like bash these beetles on the way. Not sure what this temple is. I can't even enter it. Or mausoleum, or just the building. I don't know what it is. Hello, Shrine of Experience. Oh, this is like right beside the city. Awesome. Alright, so I think I'm almost back to the city. I'd probably need to turn around and finish exploring the, well, maybe not. It might just be one big area. It's kind of what it looks like. We'll cut back across this way real quick. Frostbite Shrine doesn't have a thing at the top of it. Could have been a trap for all I knew. Some more diseased plumage. Yeah, I'll just pick this up off the ground. My bracers don't cover my hands, so that's fine. I was always taught that you shouldn't touch birds because they can carry a bunch of diseases, but I don't know if that's true. I never verified that. I mean, I was told that as a kid, but I feel like I've touched plenty of birds since then. I've never had any trouble. Not plenty, but a few. Something I should look into, probably directly after this episode. Alright, well, this tiny area has been cleared. Guess, yeah, return to the city. Alright, let's go and sell some stuff. Probably store some stuff. I need to find the High Priest.
I don't have time for idle chit-chat. I'm too busy. I suppose you'll want something that's sold out.
So you can have that. What else did I pick up? I'll hold on to the obsidian helm, so if I get all the pieces, I'll, you know, try equipping it.
Come again.
So let's run to the caravan driver real quick.
Greetings!
Anything else that's been completed, I'll drop off in here. Don't know why I'm holding on to that, but whatever.
Your goods are safe with me.
Oh, oops. Yeah, drop that off as well. Cinderbolt
Good day.
formula. And I guess the letters to Mummy as well. I'll just hold on to them. Since they're unique.
Safe travels.
So they're taking up a lot of space. Alright. What do I need to turn this darn quest into? High Priest of Memphis. Zazamunk. There he is. Oh, excuse me.
Shall I believe with this staff as High Priest? Second as High Priest. Second.
Okay.
The eye
This
of
door
chaos
is locked.
and the hand of balance. They combine to form the scepter of eternity, an artifact of great power. Now, let us try this. Had you not already?
Okay. Here we are. We're in Dasher. What's up, crocodiles? Remember me? Here to wipe out your entire civilization. I'm very xenophobic. Suffer not the Xenos, the mutant, or the heretic to live. Or the, you know, the giant crocodiles. Honestly, I feel like back in the day they probably would have worshipped these guys, since they look like or reminiscent of their gods, such as Sobek and the like. Right? Sobek was a crocodile-headed creature. So why would they view these guys any differently? I mean, this game obviously isn't, you know, built around its story, or it's you know, it's got plenty of narrative plot holes. Buckler of Brawn. That feels pretty good. Feels good just going in there and slaughtering all of them. I don't know. While this build is very simple, it feels good. It's satisfying to do. Now, I wouldn't mind doing a pet build. I suppose you can get some really good pet builds in this game, but I've never tried. I tend to lean towards melee classes and tank builds and things like that. Except for Diablo 2. I used to be obsessed with like pet classes. First Guild Wars, I played a Necromancer, a Minion Master, I think that's what they were called in that game. Diablo 2, I did the whole Necromancer thing, which I've discussed before, the lag and the making your teammates mad because they couldn't target anything because he had so many darn pets down. It was crazy. I think that was one of the most satisfying pet classes to play in any ARPG, at least. There's just so many of them. Yeah, so many pets. It was insane. Though I felt like the druid pets were stronger because I remember I did a PvP thing against a druid. I had a pretty good necromancer. I mean, I don't mean to brag or anything, but he's pretty optimized. And then this druid came out, and we just had a pet brawl, and his pets just blew right through my thing. Like, I even went out and like resurrected a bunch of monsters and stuff. Granted, I think they were all like Act 1 monsters. It wasn't anything spectacular, but I had all my skellies, I had all my it was just, I don't know, they just annihilated. I think it was just like the bear. I think somebody grizzly bear, and he just like basically just charged through all my minions. It was a slaughter. I even had like a metal golem, like a top-notch metal golem, and they're probably not top-notch. I didn't use any really good items for my metal golems. But I do think the metal golem was a very interesting and unique concept for a pet. So you had to sacrifice a piece of equipment to have it, but it would stay with you permanently. And it would gain the effects of whatever item you use to spawn it, because you'd have to drop an item on the ground and then spawn the metal golem off of that item. And it would destroy the item, but whatever effects the item had, the golem would get, and it was cool. Very cool concept. But I think you could argue the clay golem was, well, metal golem was obviously better. I think it was the best golem in the game, though you unlock the blood golem after the fact. The clay golem was also really good, so if you didn't have any items, you could use the clay golem. It would slow enemies. Did I clear that entire cave already? Okay. And slowing them would slow down their attack speed and their movement speed, so essentially it would reduce the DPS of the enemies while also allowing your minions to just keep putting in more work. Also, the visual upgrades for the skeletons were really cool. Like, I don't know. I think my favorite version of them was when, usually around level 25, depending on how many points you had in there, they'd have like scimitars and stuff, a little bit of armor. Also when they got their maces, I thought they looked pretty cool. I probably don't remember Diablo 2 as well as I would like, though that is in middle school and some into high school. That's my most played game. Though in high school, I think Fallout 3 ended up taking the cake there. I played a crap ton of Fallout 3. I think even today, it's still my most played game. Though, well, no, I take that back. League of Legends is my most played game. Senior year of high school, I think, is when I started playing. May have been my first year of college back in 2011. No, I think it was high school. Actually, I don't remember. Yeah, I've put way too much time and money into that game. It's rough. Being in the military helped me break the habit, though, and I've stopped playing it a couple of times. So my buddy got me back into it, then he stopped playing it again. So then I was stuck playing it by myself, and ugh. Actually, I don't mind it. It's gotten a lot better. Seems like toxicity is actually dealt with in game, which is fantastic because it used to be really bad. Because I stopped playing once, and then they announced Braum, and I thought he was just the coolest character, even though at the time I was playing jungle, so it didn't really affect me. But now I play top. I haven't played in a while, in a few weeks, a month or so probably. But I started playing a bunch of Darius. But yeah, at one point I didn't play for like a year and a half. I had started playing after I got out of the military again. Because while I was in the military, I played it, but not very often. I just didn't have the time. And I got out, I started playing it for a couple months, and there was a series of games where I just had a bunch of AFK teammates in a row. It was like 4 or 5 games in a row or something. I was like, alright. I wasn't mad, I just kind of resigned to it. But the last game just blew my mind. So at the time, ADCs were really weak. And so the guy that had stuck with ADC role, he's like, well, hey, can I go, Victor or whatever, because ADCs are weak. So I'm gonna try, an AP champ. So, alright, sure, yeah. Everybody agreed, like, yeah, do whatever you want, man. Just don't, feed or whatever. Well, like, no more than like 4 or 5 minutes into the game, the guy dies twice, flames everybody on the team, and then rage quits. I'm like, alright, you know what? I'm just done with this game. So I just left that match, and I didn't touch it for a year and a half. Until my buddy was like, hey man, you wanna play some League? I was like, I don't know, man. And I haven't touched it in like a month or so. Like, I'm not as worried about it as I used to be. Like, when I first started playing it, I played it religiously. I probably had 2,000 games over the course of a year, while I was still in the school and everything, and I had a job, so it was, I feel like it's pretty impressive. But back then, the matches were also longer than they are now. They've made it to where matches usually last no more than half an hour, but I was playing games that lasted like 40 minutes regularly. And I was also playing with like 300 ping regularly as well. Where I lived at, I just didn't have good internet. And the only time I actually had like competent internet is when I went over to friends' houses to play. But I persevered. Just kept on strutting, or trekking, whichever. Wasn't really strutting. Wasn't showing anything off. But yeah, that's me and League. Been around since the beginning. I remember when I got introduced to it. One of my friends from high school. I went over to his house one time. I was like, "Hey, you want to try this game?" And I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'll try it out." And I don't know what it was about it, but it's the most fun thing I've ever had in a multiplayer game. I played Misfortune. It was my first ever champion I played. I got like 17 kills my first game. It helped that my friend was guiding me and kind of telling me what to do, but still, I dominated, and it was so much fun. So when I finally installed the game, I was in college when I started playing. So yeah, I think it was 2011, because I installed the game at college because my internet couldn't handle it at home. So yeah, I did it on college Wi-Fi. But yeah, and then I started playing. I saved up for Misfortune right off the bat. First champion that I owned. It's funny because I can't stand ADCing now. It's just the worst role in the game. Because you're too dependent on your teammates as an ADC, and it's just, you have to get good teammates, so. It's a fairly long dungeon for just being, what? Was it a sand-swept cave again, or I don't even know what it was. Heck yeah, when my, I don't remember what it's called now. My battle rage goes up, I do some serious damage. That's a tomb, okay. What a ding, did I pick up something? I think it's it's a mysterious tomb. I was looking for a rebirth fountain so I can have a save. I still got some time. But yeah, I'm a dirty League of Legends player. I know some people just look at that game with disgust, which is fine. Everybody's got their vices. Or Sword of Fire, that sounds cool. And I'm not ashamed of it. I enjoy basically any game that I get my hands on, so I can find the silver lining to any game. And I've played some really bad games. There's only one game I think I've ever full stop had to stop playing, and it's actually one of my Let's Plays. It's on my channel. I think the game had a lot of potential, and then it just... Ugh. Supposedly there's been a couple of updates, but I don't think I'm ever going to go back to that game. Despite how much they try to fix it, it just left such a bad taste in my mouth. Oh, by the way, the game is Underworld Ascendant. Yeah, you can feel free to look up the last episode if you're interested to see why I stopped playing. I think... I'm not even talking about Titan Quest anymore, but that's fine. I mean, I'm just running around killing stuff. It's not a lot to talk about. If you're interested as to why I stopped playing that game, and why I don't think you should buy the game, go check out the last episode. I believe it's episode 14. I think I had put about 14 hours into the game, but half of that time, actually maybe like 15, so like 7 or 8 hours of that playtime was me troubleshooting or trying to find ways to circumvent bugs in the game and things of that nature, and it was so bad. It just had optimization problems, bugs out the yin-yang. It was not a complete product, despite it being advertised as such, because I avoid early access games. I don't trust them. I've seen what early access games are capable of, and I'm not impressed. But that game was an early access game when they said it was completed. It was, honestly, I wouldn't even say it felt like a beta. It felt like an alpha with all the bugs and everything, because there'd be paths you would follow in the game. It was an obvious path. You'd follow it, and it would just take you underneath the map. It's like, what do I do down here? You just fall to your death. There was no save feature. Or if you saved, you had to start the level over again, even if you loaded it, despite it having a manual save. It was an awful, awful feature. And then there was this one level, I think I actually showcase it in the last episode, or at some point. There's a level where a room is flooded, but if you jump down a certain well, you can walk underneath the water as if there was no water there. Then as you're going up the stairs, the water suddenly just shows up and it launches you to the top. And they removed the diving feature. I know that at one point in one of the like beta tests, they had the ability to dive down, which is, I think, something the game required, because otherwise there was an important item you needed to get in the same area where you could jump into the well and the water would disappear. They would require you to dive down if it weren't for the bug that I found. And God forbid you go anywhere that has lava or magma or anything like floating around, because your FPS is going to take a massive hit. I tried really hard to play that game, and it just didn't pan out for me. I think I had the longest Let's Play. I mean, I don't know if that's changed, but at one point I had the longest Let's Play. I had the most perseverance when it came to that game. Very disappointing, because they had a couple big names on it. Well, not big names, but names with a lot of history. Because the people that had made the original Ultima games, at least a couple of them, had been working on that game. And it's just, ugh. Just awful. Just an awful experience. But anyway, enough about that. Don't want to sour this experience, because I enjoy Titan Quest. Especially, oh my goodness, I am just bopping these guys. I come here and get it dead. Oh jeez. Woo. I'm coming back for you. Son of a gun. I don't know. One little skeleton got me. I just wasn't concentrating. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna kill him. And that's that. Is that all the way up there? Jeez Louise. Okay. I really need to get to the next rebirth fountain. But yeah, if you're interested in Underworld Ascendant, it's possible some of the stuff has been fixed. I've seen 2 major updates for the game, and I will never be touching it again. But if y'all are interested, I tried to get a refund, but I was 1 day past Steam's, was it 14-day policy? I was on day 15. Because I tried to get one more episode out, and then I got to a point where I couldn't progress in the game, and I was like, well, shoot. So, that was disappointing. 1 day passed. Which is fine. I mean, they have the policy in place for a reason, and I understand. But I tried really hard to get my money back. I even sent them like a link to the video and everything. Like, this is what happened. Alright, I didn't finish the game. I'm not just trying to cheese money out of you guys. I've never asked for a refund before, because I haven't. I'm usually, I find a way to be happy with all my purchases. Very rarely is there a game where I can't find a silver lining. But Underworld Ascendant did it. It broke me. Ugh. Anyway, I really want to stop talking about it, but I keep thinking about it. Just how bitter I am over the whole experience. Even to this day. Alright. Let us continue. I'm really excited to get to the end of this game, because I haven't played Immortal Throne before, and I haven't played, obviously, the Ragnarok DLC content, so I'm actually looking forward to it. We'll just keep pushing on until we get to the Rebirth Fountain, and I'll probably call it there. We're getting pretty close to an hour if we haven't already hit it. Oh, he stunned me. Come on. There we go. My Rebirth Fountain is... Man, my throat is dry. I haven't taken a single sip of my coffee the entire time I've been playing this. It is very cold now. Temple of Seti. Alright, well, we made it. I'm going to call the episode here, and the next episode we'll continue into the Temple of Seti. Thanks for watching, and hope to see y'all in the next one.